Hi everyone, welcome to the 7th lecture of Ansible series, and in this lecture we will try to understand Ansible modules. What exactly Ansible modules are, why do we need Ansible modules to run any specific commands. Now Ansible modules are somewhat similar to ad hoc command, which we have already done the concept and the practical demo in my last lecture. So if you're not aware of the ad hoc command, please do watch that lecture first and then come to this lecture to understand the concept of modules. Now, modules are basically considered as a predefined command. Example, ping. Ping is one of a predefined command or a module that we use within Ansible. And in most of my lecture, I have used this command, Ansible all-m ping, to get the ping response from all the Ansible managed node from the controller engine. So here -m is for module, and which module I am using? Ping. So when you install Ansible as a package, these modules also get installed with Ansible, and these are considered or termed as module library. You can execute directly on the remote machine or the managed machine or within the playbook as well as part of the YAML scripting. So playbook and modules also can be written as the form of YAML scripting, where you can write multiple modules like, hey, yum install httpd, installing Apache. Then I have to start Apache as well. The second action will be starting an Apache. For that, I can also use modules. Now, these library of modules can reside on any machine, and there are no servers, daemons, or database required. Default location as per the documentation, it's etc Ansible host where your inventory file resides. So I hope this clears a lot in terms of the modules. These are nothing but a predefined commands which you can directly use as a one-liner to get the response out of all your managed node. Also, you can create a YAML script out of it and do the same job as I said earlier as an example, installing Apache and starting an Apache. So dependency will also come into picture, because if you install an Apache, what is the need of having an Apache if you're not starting it? So you can use modules to start the Apache server as well. Okay, now the syntax wise is quite similar as I said what we had in the ad hoc command, and I'll show you the differences as well in the next slide. But with the syntax side, it's same Ansible, then web server, which is the host. In my inventory file, I have created a group called web server. Inside that, I have one server listed. -b to gain the sudo privileges while running the Ansible, because we run Ansible with Ansible admin user, what we have created, not with the root privileges, but we have given the sudo privileges to Ansible admin user. -m, this is what module is. Which module I am using? Yum. And -a is for argument. So regardless of modules, regardless of ad hoc commands, you have to give argument. What basically you want to do with your managed nodes from the controller engine. Now, what exactly you want to do over here? I want a package called httpd state is equal to present. Now here state is equal to present means install. So we are installing a package called httpd, which is Apache, on my web server group. Now, if you don't write this particular section, it will also install httpd on that server, because by default, the command when you do yum space -a double inverted comma package is equal to http, by default it install the instruction given to the managed node, hey install, right, from the controller engine. But it's good that you, as part of the best practices, you try to follow the convention so that it will be a good practice for you as well. Now you can also write state is equal to install. That will also do the job. Here in Ansible, present is equal to install. That's a similar kind of a word that we have. So either use install or present. Now, if you want to remove some packages, then again the same command will come into picture. Package will be httpd or whatever the package that you are installing on your managed node, and state is equal to absent. Absent means you are removing it. Now, if you remember, as part of my last lecture, I was using that yum remove httpd. So you can, the same command that you are using in ad hoc scenario, you are also using it in modules as well. But as in case over here, if you don't give state is equal to present, it will install httpd. But in case you are forcibly removing the package, then you have to give this argument state is equal to absent. So that's what the only difference what we have from ad hoc command and the modules. Now if I go to next slide, here we have certain ad hoc commands and certain module command. Now, if you want to update, another scenario, if you want to update with the latest package of your HTTPD or any other packages, then you have to use state is equal to latest. So that's again, it's a syntax that we are using from Ansible. It's something not I have written it. I'm just showing you what exactly you can do with all these. And I will show you in the practical demo as well. If you want to start, then you have to give state is equal to started, not start, started. Remember, started. Name is equal to which service. And here, just try to focus over here. Here module name is yum, because I am trying to install, like get the latest package, install it on this, on top of your existing Apache server. Here module is service, because we are trying to start HTTPD. That's why the module over here changed to service. Now if you want to do a file copy, then the module changed to copy. And the syntax is within the argument src is equal to whatever the file name is, and destination is equal to whatever the location that you want to copy. Make sure that you remember, or you don't actually have to remember it. You can do it from the list of modules what we have. I will share the documentation of the modules as well in the description section. Now, as I said, modules are getting changed, and within the argument, what kind of operation you are trying to do. User creation, here the module name is changed to user. So for example, if you want to create some user, what we do, user add Ansible a admin, right? Here you just have to type m as user, module as user. Within the argument section, name is equal to whatever the username you want to give. So these are the few modules that I have captured, and obviously one of the common one is the ping, which I'm using since start. So these are the few modules that you can play around. Mostly we try to use yum, whatever client that I have worked with. Mostly I try to use yum, because most of the time we are either updating a package or we are installing some packages. So most of the time it's yum or any other relevant command, dnf, whatever we have for the other flavors of OS. Now, if you see over here, the differences, this is module, this is ad hoc command. Ansible, then the host name, Ansible, then the host name. -b is for gaining the pseudo privileges, and here also we have -b for gaining the pseudo privileges, and the argument yum install httpd space y, right? Here, instead of before argument, I am just using a module -m space yum, a package. So yum is a module over here. And within the argument, instead of doing a yum install, because I'm already calling yum module over here outside the argument, I'm doing package is equal to httpd, which is your Apache, and state is equal to present. Again, present is equal to install. So there is no difference between that. You can also type install, or you can remove this particular line as well. It will still install the httpd on your managed node. So that's what the module concept and the differences between module and ad hoc commands are. So I hope this clears a lot in terms of the theoretical concept. Now we will try to move towards our practical demo. So let me stop the presentation. Let's navigate to our terminal. So I'm into my terminal. This is my controller engine, and this server is one of my Ansible managed node, which is basically this one, a web server group. Now, first of the example that I am using since start, which is Ansible all for all the hosts listed to my inventory file, -m for module, and I'm using ping. So using ping module to get response from all the managed node. That's what the first example I was using since start for the module. Let me do something real quick with all the examples so that you guys can also understand how exactly modules look like and how it works in the backend. So let's type Ansible. First of all, we will try to install Apache on this particular server, which is a web server group. So for that, command is Ansible, then host name. I'm installing only on the web server, hyphen host name. Then we have -b for gaining the sudo privileges, because we have given Ansible admin as a sudo privileges. So we will run that command or module from the sudo privilege to install httpd on the managed node. Then -m, I'm calling a module called yum to install a package. Then -a for the argument, start the double quotes. Here package is equal to httpd space state is equal to present. Okay, and hit enter. Let's see, will this work or not? We just have to wait for a few seconds. Now as you can see, this is the server changed and changed true. If it was not doing anything, then it should be considered, it should be showing as false. Installed httpd, and we have all the results over here. Now if I have to check on this server, then I will do which httpd, and as you can see, this is the httpd I'm getting, or systemctl status httpd. Let's see, the service is not running. What if I want to remove the module, right? So again, going back to the same command, if I do state is equal to absent, so I'm just removing. I cannot use a word remove over here. It has to be absent. If you use remove, it will say you have to use absent. So let me show you that as well. State is equal to remove. If I hit enter, as you can see, message, the value state must be one of absent, installed, latest, present, removed, remove. So got removed, right? So if I use removed, so you have to very careful, right? It has to be removed or installed. Absent, installed, latest, present, removed. Now if I do removed, hit enter, it will be going to work for us. Here we go. Change true, removed httpd. I'm on to this manage node. If I do status, then there is no service over here. Another example of installing, which I said, like if you don't say anything to this package and run without saying state is equal to installed or state is equal to present, it will still install the package onto the server, because by default it is given a command to install a package. As you can see over here, it is working fine, which means, right? Now one more example which I want to show, absent, as it is, it will work for us and it will remove the package. Here we go, removed. Perfect. Now the second example, let's go to our presentation, which I want to show you is copy a file, right? So let's try to copy a file. Let me create, what do we have over here? We have Ansible. Okay, so let's create a file, touch test.txt. Even I just want to check if it works or not, right? Don't go on my wordings, guys. Do the practical and understand what exactly I'm saying. Sorry. Okay, we have the test.txt file. Now in order to copy this, let me do Ansible. Then we have web server as group. Okay, web server, and then we have a module called copy. So -m copy, and I'm going to use sudo with sudo privilege copy. Then we have an argument, curly braces, sorry, not curly braces, double quotes, source is equals to, let me check one thing, source is equal to file1 and all. Okay, fine. So source is equal to, we have test.txt, and then destination equals to, where to put it, guys? Let's put it in same location, etc, then Ansible, sorry, Ansible in this location, enter. Let's see, failed. src or content is required, my bad, I have given uppercase src, or you can use src or content, enter. Perfect. So destination is etc ansible test.txt. So let's navigate over there, ls minus al, then we have etc ansible, let's see, test.txt. So that command is also working fine. So module commands are working fine. These are one-liner command, and you can use it as per your requirement. There are like a lot of modules, which I will share the documentation from the Ansible documentary in the description section, which you can check as well, and play around with the modules. So I hope this clears a lot in terms of how to use module, the concept of module, the differences between module and the ad hoc command, how you can install, what are the basically the syntax and everything, the wordings that you have to use, installed or removed or absent or present. Another important point which I want to show you, if you remember, as part of the differences which we talked about modules, ad hoc and playbook in our last lecture, I told like ad hoc commands are not idempotent in nature, but modules and playbooks are, which means if, let's say, a module or a package is already installed on a server, it will just say it's already installed, do nothing. But for the ad hoc command, it will override. So let's try to do that practical as well. Let me check something, which httpd, do we have that? I guess we don't, right? So let me install, or the same file. This is a module called copy, and I'm trying to copy the same file. Let's see what the result we get. Enter. Now, just look at this. Success, okay, change is equal to false. And if we see the above command, change is equal to true, which means it's doing nothing because the file has already been there without any modification. Now, what if I do a modification to a file? Sudo su, sorry. Then, where is that? ls. Then vi, perfect. I have to use sudo. Now if I type some text, obviously I'm modifying this file now, right? Now if I try to run this one, it should change the status. As you can see, change is equal to true. Okay. Now if I do cat etc ansible test, you can see welcome with a wrong spell mistake. This proves another concept that modules are idempotent in nature, where if you already have a file, if you already have a package, it will do nothing when you run the command or when you run a playbook as well. I will show you this concept in the playbook too in my next lecture. So play around with lot of different commands, lot of different module commands, lot of ad hoc commands. Try to figure out the differences, what you exactly see while running all these commands whether the commands are working fine for you or not. If you're facing any issue, place out a comment in comment section. I'll be there to help you, and I'll see you in next lecture. Have a nice day. Bye bye.